he goes, "Can I ask you something?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. You can ask me anything. What's up, man?" He goes, "Can I smell you?"
All right, guys, welcome to the Sweat Equity Podcast brought to you by M4D Concepts. I am Chris. This is my team, Bailey, KP, and Jawan. And we just wanted to do a fun episode. It's Thanksgiving Day week, and we just wanted to share with you guys some of the things that we're thankful of and just kind of our bar bloopers, some of our funniest stories. We've got decades of experience in the bar, and whether it be behind the bar, working the bar, or drinking in the bar, we just wanted to share some of our funniest stories and also give a little bit of thanks and just let you guys know we appreciate you watching us. And whereas some of this stuff does seem like it could be a drag because it is a really tough business, we just want to let you know we are thankful for so many things in our life and so many things that this opportunity has brought us, and we want to share those and some fun stories with you. So we'll just dive right in. And I will say, as cliche as it sounds, I'm very thankful for you guys. I'm also very thankful for the life that the bar business has provided with me or for me and for my daughter, and the way that it has changed my life from, living paycheck to paycheck or tip to tip, should I say, to be able to take off work when I want to travel when I want to. And mainly I would say the life it's provided me. I'm very, very thankful for that, and I'm very thankful that it has put you guys in alignment with my life for a very specific reason. I truly believe that God has us all here for a very specific reason, and to build together and grow together. And like I've always told you guys, my goal is to continue to build y'all up, and by doing that, I know I'll be building myself up. So I'm very thankful for you guys. I'm very thankful for all of you guys watching and the opportunity to do this. And I'm just really excited about that. And happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So who wants to go next? What are you guys thankful for of this 25 Thanksgiving holiday season?
Yeah. I think the same thing. Everybody that's here, obviously, we've come really close. I think that one thing that's been great for me is that I've been able to see, Chris and I've been friends for a very, very long time, but getting into business with you, I've gotten to see a whole new side of you. Yeah. So it's like a new respect even. I've always known that you were, undercover intelligent and and things, but we didn't talk about business stuff.
No, you're right.
For the longest things. We knew about each other's lives and things we were going through or relationships or whatever, but I never got to really see the business side of you. Yeah. So I'm thankful to see that side. And then I think the other part is really I've always been kind of a serious person, and I feel like y'all all kind of brought out maybe a little more laid back that I needed to have in this business, and not necessarily coming in as this completely corporate person. And even though I felt like I've brought some strategy and some stuff to the business, y'all have helped me really come out of my
I've seen your gangster side. I'm like, what?
I do have
She's
a little
an uncovered
gangster. If y'all only knew me back in the day.
It catches me off guard still, and I'm like, I love this.
First time she told me about it, I was like, ain't no way this is KP. Ain't no way this is KP.
And then they saw pictures.
It's 100% KP.
Yeah, but just this lifestyle is so different than what I've ever had. I did go off and do my own business, so I kind of had an idea of hours and stuff, and that you could pick and choose when you wanted to work. But then once you have partners with you, it's like a whole new ball game, because not everybody's ever 100% on. So when I'm 10%, I got 90% here to pick up the rest, and I'm grateful for that.
Very much so, absolutely. Same here. Man, I'm grateful for where I'm at in life. I mean, I had absolutely no idea where I was going to land in my life leading up to this. I'm working on my ums. So I'm just grateful with where I'm at. I'm grateful with the experience. I'm grateful for being able to run bars confidently and support the people around me. And I'm super grateful that people can call me and rely on me and I will have the answers. I have learned so much to provide people with positive, 100% answers that I know are the right answers. I'm not confident anymore So the confidence is what I'm really thankful for this year. I know that's a selfish thing to be thankful for, but it's really come out in me, and it's really brought me where I'm at. So I'm really grateful for that, and I'm just thankful for all the love that I have around me. Things are growing, things are happening in my life, and I couldn't be more thankful to start off 2025, and 2026 is going to be completely different as well. So I'm really, really thankful for everything that's happened in my life, and it's just getting better. You know, everything just keeps getting better. And if that's the case, I can't even imagine what it's going to look like in 2026, 2027, because we're just going to continue to grow together.
Yeah.
And
Love that.
love where I'm at.
Love that.
Yeah, I guess I'll start with, I guess I'm happy to be alive. I think we all skipped over that. We're allowed to actually live these lives that we do have with all of you. Very thankful for that. Thankful for, there's the things I've learned from each and every one of you. Even like the crowd, the people that come in, because I feel like a lot of times they kind of go like unnoticed. But a lot of people, like, we wouldn't have these businesses, if it wasn't for the guests that come in, if it wasn't for the regulars, if it wasn't for the family.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, thankful for them for giving us this lifestyle. Thankful that both my daughters are happy. Talked to both of them yesterday on a I guess, 3-way FaceTime, and just seeing those smiles kind of just made me happy, So thankful for all that. Thankful for what's to come for us. I know we've had these things with the pubs going on, but in the end, I'm still happy that we're able to be like, man, I'm able to fix that. Yeah. So I'm able to grow with it. We're getting ready to open up Seared, so I'm happy about that.
Yep.
And then this past weekend, I'm happy that I got to watch the Cowboys beat the Philadelphia Eagles in person.
In person.
That was
Best game ever.
That was one of the best games ever, because like KP and I walked up and it was 7-0 within minutes. I was like, oh, this is going to be a long day, because 2 minutes later they scored again. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
So we decided to get up and walk around, and Cowboys started coming back, and next thing you know, KP's waving by.
Insert that video.
We pulled a John Hinkle, which, he's very superstitious. And Joanne at one point was like, do you want to go back to the seats? And I was like, absolutely not. We're going to stand right here. We're going to drive down that field, and we're going to score a touchdown. What happened in 30 seconds?
100% in 30 seconds.
And I was like, we're not moving.
What Dak Prescott dropped back, Pickens over 2 defenders, catches the ball, and then Dak runs it in for a touchdown.
Yeah.
I was like, this just happened.
Then
Finished it off with a Brandon Aubrey field goal. That was fun. But yeah, I mean, most of all, I said thankful for being here, because
but thankful that we were able to go, right? Like, one of the things, like, just speaking about our lifestyles, one of the things that I got a phone call from one of our reps that said, I can't get you the Thanksgiving Day tickets, which I really wanted because it's Kansas City Chiefs, and we all know that
T-Swift.
Taylor's fiance plays for them. So anyway, I really wanted to go to that game, and he's like, can't get you those, but I can get you Philadelphia Eagles tickets. And the first thing I said was, it's the day of our chili cook-off. And Nick was like, it's fine. You have Jessica, you have a bar manager, you have Bailey, you have, Chris, you were out of town, but it'll be fine. The event's earlier on, go. And I was like, I can't leave the chili cook-off. I need to be there. And he was like, pick up the phone, call Jawan, and see what Jawan says. So I was like, okay. Jay, I got tickets to the Eagles, but it's at 3, and we have the chili cook-off. So we're going. He was like, oh, yeah, we're going. And I was like, are you sure? Like, can we leave? And he was like, we'll get everything done. Yes, we can leave. That's why we have a team.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Anyways, thankful that we have people that work for us that we can rely on. And the event was very successful, and nothing happened after we left. The event was over. Everything was great.
Amazing,
We raised lots of money for a good charity, and everything was wonderful. So thankful that we have those opportunities, which
a lot of people don't get that chance as well.
Because y'all went to the game is because the Cowboys won. Is
Mm-hmm.
why the Cowboys won.
Yep.
So I'm gonna give that to y'all.
Maybe we should go to the Thanksgiving game. Go ahead and beat T-Swift's boyfriend, as KP would say. Fiance, my bad.
I'm sure those tickets are expensive.
yeah.
I mean, guess what else? Like, let's just talk about some crazy bar stories in a way.
Yeah.
We kind of all have them. Well, Bailey's face is just
Well, I think
amazing.
one thing, just going back to what you guys were saying and what Bailey was saying, is talking about the confidence that you guys have continued to exude throughout the years, and especially this past year, because we have had so many ups and downs and trials and things like that. And I'll just say that it just reminds me of how thankful I am to have you guys around me, because nobody freaks out, nobody wigs, nobody goes crazy, nobody gets attitude with everybody, when things aren't going right. You guys just professionally handle it, rely on your faith, rely on your confidence and what y'all have built over the last few years to know that these things happen. And so I'm very thankful, I'll finish up with that. I'm very thankful for you guys, and you shouldn't think it's arrogant to be happy for your growth. It's really awesome, because you get to share that with other people, and people see that in you, and it's a respect that you gain before you ever even, walk in the door, because your name comes before you do. And so I feel like that goes for all of you guys. Y'all should all be very proud of what you guys have built. And what KP was saying about her and I, we had been friends for years, and basically just, friends, for sure friends, but, drinking buddies as well. And so I remember I was sitting KP and I were sitting in the corner booth, and I was just like, we were talking, and we had never really discussed how we viewed each other in that way. And I don't know how the conversation got started, but I was just like, you probably just think I'm an absolute idiot, don't you? Like, wondering how I've put all this together so far. And she was like, Chris, I've learned so much from you and gained so much respect for you in the business world than you can ever imagine. Mm-hmm. And it was just one of those things, because without the confidence, you think people perceive you one way, but in actuality, they look up, people will look up to you. And I remember when people would ask me, hey, can I have a meeting, with you? I want to, I want to learn how to do this, or I want to pick your brain about this. And I'd be like, why do they want to talk to me? Or, things like that. Or, hey, we want to have you do an interview or something like that. I'm like, well, why do they want to talk to me? But it was the way they perceived myself. I didn't yet perceive myself that way. Yep. And so I lacked that confidence. And so be proud of you guys. Be proud of yourselves for that. So
that makes me tear up just hearing you say that, though. The fact that you thought that, like, you had already taught me so much, and just the fact that you had that feeling about yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
It's really hard to see people that you love feel that way when they're smart and you have so much to offer, and there was a lot more than just your friendship. It was literally mentorship and help teach me confidence too, and I feel like that's what we all kind of help each other with. There's all things that we all have, stuff that we, are flaws in our mind, or we look down on ourselves for, or like, think are worse than they are. But I feel like all of us are really good about reminding each other about, it's not actually a flaw. That's something that, like, you're actually a lot better at it than you think it is, or whatever. It's a strength. Yeah.
I don't know about y'all, but I was nervous. We brought, KP came on, and once we started really opening Rabbit Hole, and she became even more of a part of it, and then, wanting to learn the day-to-day and, everything, bartending, scheduling, just the everything. And I, we were sitting there, and I don't even remember what it was about, but, I view, I've always viewed KP as up here, and not that that's ever diminished. It continues to go higher because of her accolades and her resume, and just the way she presents herself and what she brings to the table. Again, it was two totally different worlds coming together, but her coming from what she came from, and me doing what I've been doing, that's where it was like, man, she must just really wonder how the hell I got here. Like, how have you been surviving without me? And she totally debunked all of that right there. But I just say that again because I'm very thankful that y'all are now seeing the confidence in yourselves that I lacked even when we opened Rabbit Hole. It was one of those things. I'd never opened a bar by myself. I mean, from demolition to
no
rebuild
walls to walls.
you know, more than a staff of 5, and now we have a staff of 30, and you know, things like that, and learning to coexist with partners and how to manage that, and being forced completely into that leader role, to lead and to guide you guys to build the confidence that you guys have, because you know, if you remember, y'all weren't that confident as bar owners, you know.
Not, no.
When we first started out, I kept, you know, trying to instill that into y'all. You know, be here, be the owners. Don't ask me to do it, just do it. And so I'm very thankful for the way that you guys have really just pushed yourselves and learned to be the leaders that y'all are today. Because I mean, even, you know, at the beginning of this year, there's been so much growth from that point to this point. So y'all should definitely be proud of yourselves. So
thank you.
I think that's enough serious talk. Let's hear some funny stories. I think I hope y'all stick around for this, because being a bar owner, being a bartender, being a door guy, a bar back, whatever you are in a bar, you have some wild stories. It really does come with some crazy times and crazy people that do crazy things that would be some sort of like Rob Dyrdek video type deal, but
absolutely.
we lived them.
You don't believe it.
Yes, we lived them, and so I'm excited to make this just kind of a fun episode. You know, we obviously are very, again, thankful for you guys for listening, but we hope you stick around and hear some of our funny stories, because boy, do we have some. Well, I would say let's give us maybe our top 2. So we can keep it kind of short. Maybe we'll go around with one and go from there. Give us time to come up with the other one. So I think you might want to start with what we're talking about.
I have a good one. I don't have as many as y'all do, because I haven't been behind the bar. And hopefully I'm not one of the stories from when I was in my younger days drinking, but I don't feel like I ever did anything too crazy. But yes, we, where I met Chris and Joanne, a local bar here, Woody's, iconic bar here. Chris was working there, and it was the first day of one of our friends, Keith. And there was a big group of people there, day drinking, and it's a pretty dark bar because they always have the blinds closed and everything. And you knew that they were having fun and all that. And I remember sitting at the corner of the bar, and I remember overhearing Chris ask Keith, what's going on over there? Is that what I think it is? And they kind of start talking about it, and I look, and there's this girl sitting on this chair, and she's wearing a skirt, but it's pulled up, so it's pretty much bare butt from
business
down.
out.
And she like scoots to the front of the chair and just starts peeing on the ground in the middle of the bar on the chair. And which was obviously very wild. But one of the things that I thought was pretty funny about it, that they kind of start talking about who's going to clean it, and it was Keith's first day, and Chris was like, "You're the rookie, buddy. Get on over there."
Yep.
So, he got the mop out, started cleaning. Literally, just took the chair to the back, threw it in the dumpster.
Yeah.
No one's going to want to sit in that, but. Yeah, his very first day of working at the bar, and he had to clean up.
It was like 6:30 in the evening, too. It wasn't like this was midnight or anything.
And there wasn't, it wasn't even like it was a really crowded bar.
Yeah.
It was kind of still that daytime feel. The music wasn't loud. It wasn't like there was a lot of crazy stuff going on. It was very awkward.
And
I guess my question is, like, the way Woody's is set up, the women's restroom is right there.
Yeah.
By the
man,
bar.
I don't think she knew who she was, to be honest with you.
I hope not. I really hope not.
So, and her boyfriend, or the guy that she was with, at the time, he had already walked. He went to the restroom. And so this happened while he was in the restroom. Ugh. And so, again, after Keith and I kind of went back and forth, like, bro, you're a rookie. We used to call him the rookie bitch. And we're like, you're a rookie bitch. You're cleaning that up, And so he got ready to start cleaning up. The guy comes out of the bathroom. He's got his beer in his hand. I'm like, hey, man, you got to go. And he's like, I'm like, what? Why? I'm like, dude, your girl just peed all over the floor. And he goes to pick up his drink. And I'm like, No, bro, you're leaving now. We're cleaning up your girl's pee right now. Y'all are not hanging out for one single second. Like, y'all are tabbed out. It is time to go. Man, I could go on about pee stories. People like to pee in the bar. It's a weird thing.
I bet there's a lot of them. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I guess I kind of want to change the subject, but dang, it's kind of on the same subject. It's St. Patty's Day. We're busy, shoulder to shoulder, wall to wall. I was like, oh man, time to stock beer. Let me go to the walk-in and stock beer. Well,
Where are we at?
I had Matt had her forward.
Okay.
Sorry, I apologize. My bad. Yeah. And I'm sitting there, I was like, it stinks in here. Like, I'm in the walk-in. I'm like, it really does stink. And then Amy Anderson opens the door. She goes, did you fart? I was like, no. I was wondering what that smell was. Come to find out, old lady Janie.
Oh.
She'd be doing that stuff everywhere.
Man, went to the restroom and just popped a squat on the drain.
Poop?
Poop.
I remember, I don't remember the St. Patrick's Day one, but I remember just a regular day shift, and it was all over the sink, and I was like, man, how did you even get up there?
That was like some of the wildest stuff. It's like, how does she do that?
There's a lot of bathroom stories.
There's a lot of bathroom stories. I know it's kind of disgusting, but
You'd be surprised how many people can't find the toilet at a bar.
wild.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of that, just the ability for us to pack as many people as we did for St. Patty's Day, and then we add that bell. Oof. Oh, Mike. How many times can you ring it in 4 hours?
Yeah.
Well, who are some of the biggest celebrities that have come into a bar that you've been at? Like, I know
Oh, man, we had a celebrity poop his pants.
Oh.
What?
Maybe we shouldn't say
No,
that.
we're not going to drop his name. He 100% pooped his pants.
Yeah. He was an ex-NBA player.
Yeah. I'll give you
very,
that.
very famous NBA player at one
He
point.
won the NBA championship.
Because he was so intoxicated.
Well, I was trying to get away from the bathroom stories, but here we are again.
He literally, and I tell you all the time, it don't matter how cool you are, everybody had a shitty day. And that was his day.
Oh,
and,
no.
And we're all human. So apparently he had just landed, and like I said, we're cool with him. So he's always come in, see us, hang out. We were his happy hour spot when he's in town, and we're sitting there all hanging out, chit chatting. You didn't notice it until later that he had gotten up, went to the restroom, and came back. Well, we were all sitting there still talking, and then all of a sudden, I think it was Kim. Was it Kim who was just like, "What's that smell in the bar?"
Yeah,
Matt had a small,
man.
and it smells like
I know. Somebody.
a dirty diaper plus some other things.
Oh man,
That's the problem
And so
with
we're all
Mad Hatter
searching.
is
I was like, "Who farted?" Like, nah, it wasn't a fart. You go to the men's restroom, it's like, oh,
because there's the
like,
evidence.
but like, when we say shit, his pants, 100% was in his pants, in his boxers.
maybe he had IBS, man.
Hey,
I don't
I
know.
don't know, man. I don't know, but it was one of those like, somebody really just did this.
And there was only one fella in the bar that wore draws that big. You know what I mean? Like, there was no doubt.
I'm
Yeah.
6'2". This guy was bigger than me.
The confidence to come back down and come back out to the bar and sit back down is absolutely insane. I was working happy hour one time, and it was 3 people in the bar at Rabbit Hole, and it was 2 old ladies, and they were hitting on. Sweet James was in the middle of them.
Oh goodness.
Oh god, he was just loving it, and they were very capable adult ladies. No big deal. This lady, she goes to the bathroom. Well, then she quickly comes out, sits down on the bar stool. We start smelling something. Then the whole bar fills up. She had shit all over the side of the toilet, onto the floor, then came back out, sat on the bar stool. It was on the bar stool.
Oh, my.
And then she looks at her friend. She's like, we gotta go. And I'm like, I would have even come up to my friend. First of all, I would have ran outside to the street. I don't know. You come pick me up from the gas station down the street. I don't know. I would not be showing my face.
Oh, man.
And I'm just like, it's the craziest thing because she wasn't intoxicated. So there's the IBS thing. I could go into
She coulda had
detail because
Taco
it was
Bell.
not IBS. It was, she was solid, okay? Like,
There's got to be some other funnier stories here.
Okay, here, let me tell you this really, really, really creepy story. And y'all aren't going to believe it, and that's fine, but it just creeped me out so incredibly bad that it has stuck with me so all these years, this guy comes in, and I'm working at Mad Hatter at this time, and there's a lot of creepy people that come into the bar, and they'll come in and they won't even order a drink. They'll just like stand in the back and just stare. You just ignore them. It's fine. You know, hey, you want a water? You want a Coke? No, it's fine. Just let them enjoy their time. It's all good. But this guy, he's like standing behind the bar. He's like, I asked him a couple times, you want anything? No, I don't want anything. He's just staring. And then he finally walks to the side of the bar where is our entrance to go in and out of the bar. He goes, can I ask you something? And I was like, yeah, sure. You can ask me anything. What's up, man? He goes, can I smell you? And I was like, no, we can't do that. He goes, I just got out of prison and I just really want to smell a girl.
Oh, my.
And I was like, I'm good, but no, thank you. I'm good. Craziest, like, that's the craziest shit that's ever happened to me. And I know that is unbelievable, but that freaking happened. It 100% happened.
Oh, I can trump that.
Like, why? What is wrong with you? Go smell somebody else.
I had a regular, and I would name him. I'm not going to name him. Y'all would all know him. When he first started coming around.
Oh, I know it.
We interviewed his daughter as a chef. I'll just put it out that way.
Oh, my God.
This dude, I was sitting there doing work at the bar top or something, and he leans over to me, and Kelly was working. He leans over and he says, man, I wonder if she's wearing a thong or not. I said, what? Man, I would just want to make tea with it, and then proceeds to use the dip motion. I wonder if she's wearing a thong. I wonder if she would give it to me. I would just want to make tea with it. That is the craziest thing. I didn't even know that was a thing. I like that. That was totally new to me.
Oh,
so odd. That?
Man, I thought about after hearing all of these things. I'm like, internet is going wild. I mean, I could start a side business. Like nobody knows I'm going to sell my things. Hey, full bar shift panties.
Oh my God!
No.
Like, I need a side business. I never did it. I have morals, but
sweat tea.
So I actually had a guy ask me to wear my workout shorts for a solid week without wearing them, and he wanted to pay me for them.
No.
So how much did he pay you?
That's nor here nor there, Bailey. It's nor here nor there.
The rent was coming up.
No. Okay, so we'll go. I'll give you more of a kind of a funny one off of the subject of poop and panties.
Yes.
Sorry.
So when I very first started at Woody's as a bar, at the bar, I was actually a door guy. And this is actually one of the first nights I met KP. She was in there with her friend, Kim. And so I would sit up at the front. I'm not a big reader, but one of these books had come out that was supposed to be super popular. So sitting at the front door checking IDs can get really boring. So I'm sitting there reading the book and whatever. Her friend Kim comes up to me. And at the time, KP was in a relationship, and so I think she was over with her boyfriend at the time, and Kim was single, and so she comes over, hey, what are you reading there? I share with her whatever I'm reading, and so I decide, I've never done this before in my life, I decide I'm just going to mess with her. So she's like, well, what do you just work here? What else do you do? And I'm like, I'm getting where she's going with this. So I'm just like, I'm trying to fill my week with anything I can. So I'm like, well, on Mondays, Monday evenings, I'll this is so messed up, guys. I'm sorry. But I'm like, Mondays I read to the blind with my evenings, and and I'm like, and Tuesdays I give motivational speeches at the battered women's shelter. I spend my Wednesdays and Thursdays at the food shelter. And I went on. I'm a big brother on Friday and Saturdays if I'm off, and I spend my Sundays in church, and I just filled my entire week. Oh my God, I can't believe that is the sweetest thing I've ever heard. And the whole thing, she goes over there and tells KP what a great guy I am, this, that, and the other. I will say I did end up in her bed twice, but it was only because we were at her house partying and I had no business driving. And no, nothing happened. Not even nothing happened between us. But yeah, that was a pretty funny story for me personally, because I just always remember, like, I was just trying to come up with these things, and I mean, it was just obviously something that, yeah. Again, I don't mean to be mean or out of line, but those were that's how I filled my evenings, was with, things like that.
I feel like you were just projecting, because now you do a lot of charity work.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, so
I do.
You're like,
Future
this
now.
is what I want to do.
Yes. So that was a pretty funny story for me, because, in the bar business, guys, girls, we all get hit on. We all get people trying to take us home, and, not to toot our own horn, but, that's just the nature of the business.
Yeah.
And so that was just one that always stuck with me. That was really funny, because, she just, bought into every single word of it. I'm like, I was saying the most preposterous stuff. Literally, I signed with the blind, with the deaf, and things like this. It was just, it was really funny how she just bought into everything. And motivational speaking to the battered women's shelter, I was just like, is that
I don't know
really
if you're the right person for that.
Yeah, is that really even a thing? Especially a male. You're just probably not the best thing. Huh?
Is Kim still around?
Yeah, she is.
Kim is, I think she's
good.
married now.
Successful, good. Yeah, she's doing well.
So, that was funny.
She grew up.
A minute ago, we totally detoured off. We totally digressed when KP asked us celebrities that we met. That was one of them. And for me, I had the opportunity to meet and hang out with till about 7 a.m. Dirk Nowitzki, a week after the Mavs had won their championship. He was friends with one of our regulars that would come in. Our regular was a basketball coach, and he did Dirk Nowitzki and Steve Nash's summer camps. So after they won, he texted him and said, "Hey, come up here." And so Dirk and his boys show up and hang out.
That's a cool one.
Then at 2 a.m. we went to another bar and hung out till about 7 a.m. and went to IHOP for breakfast that morning.
That's cool.
He came up there another night, and I sat down and
With
talked to him
Nash.
for a while. Yeah, and I was hanging out with him, and I'll never forget. He was like, "I love Woodies," and he's wearing this hat, and he goes on to tell me that he feels like he's just a regular person there, and that nobody recognizes him. I'm like, "You're 80 feet tall. Like,
Yeah.
you're literally sitting next to me with his hat, hiding himself, but he's sitting next to me, and he's literally up to here, just sitting." And I'm like, I don't know how to tell you this, but we all know who you are.
Yeah,
We recognize you.
We're
Dirk is
disrespectful here, okay?
7 foot.
Dirk is 7 foot, 7'1".
And the coolest guy. They were so cool, so kind. They had a good time, man.
He actually, it actually made the news, and the time that you're talking about made the news, and wasn't great publicity for him, but, he was 24, 25 years old at the time.
just trying to have a good time.
Baby.
They were playing the guitar and chilling.
And then my other one I met was Bam Margera. Mm-hmm. Bam Margera came in, and I was working the afternoon with Mandy, actually, and this group of just misfits walk in. And again, y'all know what he set up. From behind the bar, it's when people walk in the front door, especially during the day, the sun comes in, so you can't see. You don't know who it is. Mm-hmm. You just go, man, this looks like a group of homeless people. Like, so I tell her, I'm like, this is you. There's more guys than girls. This is all you. The closer they get to the bar, I'm like, that is freaking Bam Margera right now.
It's in the middle of his TV show.
Were they filming or anything?
He was a band. It was his band that he had was performing somewhere, Spencer's Corner or something like that. Some random spot like that. And something happened to where it fell through. So they just ended up day drinking all day long. And that was pretty cool.
That's fun.
Is he pretty cool? Like, is he as crazy in person as he is on TV?
They got a little rowdy. Luckily, it was like it was one of those times where the sports dole was in full effect. No football, no basketball, no baseball, no anything. So it was one of those Saturdays where it's like bowling or bags were on TV. So the bar wasn't busy at all. They were probably 80% of the bar guests, and then y'all know Woody's bar guests. It was just 10 or so them sitting around the corner and had no idea who Bam Margera was anyway.
Absolutely not.
So that was pretty cool. But yeah, they got a little rowdy. They didn't tip. That was awesome. Yeah. They, I don't know. Celebrities are weird sometimes. Some will leave you a big fat tip, and then like when Dirt came in, his boy picked up the tab again, like pennies on the $700 or $800 tab that they ran up. Yeah,
that sucks.
What was really cool about when Dirt came in, it was pretty funny, should I say. So remember we had band nights on Fridays and Saturdays at Woody's, and so we always had an opener and a headliner, and sometimes they were good, sometimes they were bad, whatever. Well, Dirt came in probably around the opener type point, and so just like anything, text messages are going out, Facebook posts are going out. Dirt Nowitzki's at Woody's. Dirt Nowitzki's at Woody's. So the further into the night, the opener comes on. Again, not a big headliner, but that was our headliner for the night. Dirk is in the far corner. We kind of buried him off to where people didn't mess with him and things like that. Man, the headliner thought that everybody was there for him. Yeah.
You know what? Good for him.
I mean, he
that
really
made
did.
his whole day. You know what?
He never knew that Dirk was there until maybe the very end. But the whole time he thought the place, they're rolling up with Maverick jerseys, hats, shirts. Like they went to Academy. People were leaving to go to Academy
basketball
to buy stuff, so he would sign it. And that poor headliner, man, he thought the 100 or so people were in there for him.
I hope he still thinks that though. To be honest,
know who this headliner was? Do you remember who it was?
I don't.
Obviously, watch it be like Turnpike or somebody.
So many people, so many bands played there. You never know. It could have been somebody that turned out really good. I don't
very
remember.
well could have been.
That was a long time ago.
But what about you guys? Have y'all met any? I know you met Dirk and Steve Nash. I
have never met a celebrity bartending ever.
I feel like there's been a lot of athletes that have come into the bars, and I just try to. I'm really big on just you don't want to make a big deal about it. Yeah.
So through the bars period, I've met quite a few. Like even with my Buttons days, I worked for DeMarcus Ware. Got to go over his house. Got to meet a few of the players there. I guess one of my biggest ones I'm kind of happy about because I'm a Longhorn fan. And I got to meet Jermichael Finley.
Oh, nice.
So,
I was about to say Jermichael Finley.
And one thing is just like we became cool. Like we were chit chatting.
Cool.
Like the year I met, we were chit chatting. I was like, yeah, man, I'm going to Green Bay to watch the Cowboys play there. He's like, well, shoot, take my number down, hit me up whenever you get up there. I was like, all right, bet. So I was like, nah, he gonna forget. Like, nah, he's gonna forget. So Shelby and I land in Chicago, drive. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna shoot him a text message, see if it works out. I text him within like 10 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna be here. Meet me here later this time. He goes, and bring your buddies with you. I was like, ain't no way. Just again, like, I'm not a big fanboy person, but like that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Go up there. He's like, what's the name of this bar? Is it Andrewsies or something like that? It's like one of their big butt pubs. It's like right there by the stadium or whatnot. He's like, yeah, he's over signing autographs. And he's like, yeah, these are my buddies. Let's all come back to hang out with him as he's signing autographs. Mm-hmm. Go to the game. He was one of the captains for the game for that game. He was they brought in some like the old school players.
Fun.
And then he's like, yeah, meet us here afterwards. So we go to, I forget the name of the player, but go to another player's bar and just hanging out.
That's pretty cool.
Really
I was like, all right, that's
a big deal.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Fun.
Yeah, I will say Jermichael was one who always tipped really, really well and always, made sure that we were.
So you have met a celebrity.
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. If I don't know sports, I don't know. It's not really a celebrity.
She's probably met like all kinds of people.
Yeah.
She's been.
If Hillary Duff walked into the bar, if Avril Lavigne walked into the bar, rock on, dude, I'm in it.
Bailey made a drink for Tom Brady. There's no clue.
That would just whoop.
I've met a few. I know Ty Lue, John Martinez, and I went to and TJ.
Who's Ty Lue?
Tyrone Lue's played in the NBA for years.
Very cool.
Very famous for being walked over by Allen Iverson. There is a photo about this, but he was who was he coaching at the time? Was it the Lakers? I think the Lakers are in town or something, but the Cowboys are playing, and he was there. We got to meet him, and then never actually met him, but walking out of the suite from a Stars game, and Tony Romo walked right in front of me, like Tony, gave me a wave, and that was it. I was like, What's up?
That's all I need.
What's up?
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey,
We
he
actually-
acknowledged you. That's
We
fine.
actually had lunch with Troy Aikman
Yeah.
a couple years, 2 years ago.
That's
That's a big fella,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, for the 8 beer.
Yeah.
That's right. I
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
y'all went and did that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
really
Uh-huh.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went out to Cowboy Stadium and that, again,
Texas
just
life.
another perk of the bar life. We get, that was only for bar owners and select bar owners. And so that was really cool to be able to do that and sit down. And Troy actually came and sat down and chatted with us for a little bit and talked a little bit of sports, talked a little bit of beer, told us, why he decided he wanted to start a beer company. And I tell you what, I mean, Juwan's a big guy, and to see Troy Aikman in person, he's a big guy as well. But if you shake that man's hand, he'll make you feel like a 5-year-old. That dude has some paws on him. He has massive hands, man. And of course, I mean, he threw the football, almost as hard as Brett Favre did. So, I mean, that just says obviously when you can palm a whole football halfway around it, you're going to be able to throw a tight spiral.
NFL-size football too at that.
Yeah, he was a big fella, but another perk that we get in the bar life that just like anybody else, celebrities and athletes and things like that like to drink and enjoy time and not be spotlighted all the time. And the cool thing about it is smaller dive bars and pubs and stuff like that are what they normally tend to enjoy when they're not trying to pop bottles or wanting to just go shoot a game of pool. We just had somebody else raid our bar. Shabuzi.
I was laughing.
I was shocked for that.
So
Chris goes, he was there.
I sent them a link. So I sent them a link, and Shabuzi named like his local gyms in Dallas Fort Worth, which were a bunch of different bars and some different places. And Rabbit Hole was ranked. And I was like, man, this is awesome. Screenshot it, sent it to them. And everybody's like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. And someone says, when was he there? And all I'm thinking to myself is maybe he just hasn't been there. Maybe he just, who knows what it is. And this guy, he responds and he's like, oh, no, I've seen him. He was there. He was there one morning.
Yeah.
He was at the floating bar. And I was like, bruh.
Not even.
I thought y'all were there. I was pretty.
We were at the office. We were probably at the office.
No,
more than
honestly,
likely.
whenever you said that, it kind of did trigger.
I thought
because
y'all
there
were
was
there.
a group of
Yes.
5 or 6 sitting
Yes.
at that floating bar. Now,
Juwan and I were not there.
Okay,
we were
now,
only at the
because
office
we would
working
know.
on
Can
something.
we real quick?
But
Who is he? Is he a singer?
He's a country artist.
Okay. Okay.
What's the
I mean,
everybody in the bar getting tipsy?
Oh, that's him.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well, they were in the bar getting tipsy for sure.
In the bar, not in the club getting tipsy. Not that song,
Yeah.
but the.
Yeah. No, so they were there early lunch.
believe what I said.
Mid morning, early lunch, and I don't even want to say it because it sounds rude.
Don't say it.
I won't.
don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't
Okay.
do it.
He's holding.
He's a very unique looking fella.
different.
Yes.
Artsy?
Yeah. Creative. He's a
unexpected.
creative.
Very,
idea.
and
Yeah.
so when you see someone like that, they stick out,
Yep.
especially with the crazy cowboy hat that he is. That was him.
Bailey
It was
remembers
it was a
him.
tan cowboy hat.
That's the only reason I'm remembering
It was
this.
a little bill. It was like
That's the only reason
Y'all
I
are
remembered it.
funny
When y'all
as
sent me the
hell.
picture of him, I'm like,
I mean, I see-
he was in Rabbit Hole
Yeah,
with his
he
friends
had performed at Billy Bob's.
in the floating bar, hanging out. Just
Yeah,
they were a
performed.
couple of them were shooting pool. They were just hanging out, having a drink, and it wasn't too busy in there. It was just I believe we had maybe one of the garage door open mornings type deal,
Yeah.
and just a real chill morning. And to me, just his attire and his funny cowboy hat really just stuck out to me because that's not something that you see
expect
every
it.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a style.
Yeah.
I will say with our 7 a.m. shift at the Rabbit Hole Pub, we do get a lot of funky people. So
Yeah.
he didn't really stand out to me
Yeah.
at all until we just had this conversation. I mean, we've had some unique cats come in. Very, very unique cats.
I'm going to touch on that 1 second
Oh.
because I opened, if y'all remember, I opened the bar for the first 6 months at 7 a.m. with Tabitha.
Yeah.
I was there every morning with her.
Yeah.
I unlocked the bar. I just made sure she was safe and everything
Yeah.
was taken care of. One of the very first mornings of us being open, it was, 7:05. Dude walks in, like he's walking down the street. I see him. He's carrying a yard pink flamingo. He has on a pair of like women's like night boxers, the kind of bigger ones, right? But he has them one arm through it, so at this point it's crossed across his body. No shoes on, short shorts on. His buddy has no shirt on, cargo pants, no shoes on, blood on him.
Oh no!
And they stroll into the bar, and we're like, "Hey, can we get man, we got a clothing policy here." And it ended up being, I can't even remember their names, but the regulars from behind the bar. I mean, that lived behind the bar. If y'all tell me their names, I'll remember. I'll say yes. One of them was the
Andy.
Yes, Andy was
Santee.
one of them, and then the other one. Then his buddy was in there. It was the craziest thing I'd ever seen.
So they had a
Very
good
unique.
night.
They had a good night. Another morning, I stroll up, and you remember this was before we added the awning. We had the picnic tables out front, right? Pull in about 6:45. Now, mind you, I don't want to say dream, but my vision for the bar was to have third shifters waiting for us to open the bar at 7 a.m. So they knew that was their spot. It was kind of like if y'all ever watched Shameless, a lot of people didn't realize that the bar in Shameless was a 7 a.m. bar. So when there was a line of people waiting to get in, Frank and everybody was waiting to get in, it was actually 7 a.m. for the third shifters getting off work. A lot of people didn't realize that. So that was actually where I got the 7 a.m. idea is from Shameless. And so I obviously knew that we had places around there that could make that work. Lockheed, Bell Helicopter, Hospital District, either way. So I pull up about 6:45 and I see 5 or 6 people sitting out there. I'm like, dude, this is awesome. We're 2 weeks into this. This is great, man. This is what I really wanted. I pull up. Every one of them has a Modelo can in their hand, and underneath the picnic table there is a 30-pack of Modelo. It's got like 4 of them left in it. And I'm just like, oh, man.
Just tailgate the bar.
Not who
That's
I wanted to
exactly
wait
what
in
I said.
line.
I said, guys, you can't tailgate the bar opening. Well, what do you mean? What do you mean? I'm like, you literally what I'm saying is you can't tailgate the bar opening. Well, this is our first one. I'm like, the 30-pack is almost gone. And they're like, oh, man. I'm like, guys, I'm sorry. I just can't serve y'all because I don't know how much y'all have obviously been out all night. And as soon as I let y'all in the bar, I take full responsibility for y'all. Oh man, okay. Well, do you care if we go home? Like, do you care if we leave for a while and come back? And I'm like, well, how long are you talking? I don't know, 30, 45 minutes. I go, so you can go finish the 30-pack?
Yeah. Literally.
No. I said, you know what?
Go take a
Let's
nap.
just go take a nap. Let's just call it a day. Y'all come back another day. But, man, you see some unbelievable stuff at 7 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
For real.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's an interesting crowd because you have some of the third shifters, but then of course you have the all-nighters.
Absolutely.
Which is not necessarily who we
Yeah.
are opening at 7 a.m. for, but
And I will say our bar is located in an area that you have a very big variety of people. So you have, whether it be like homeless people or people who like to partake in the fun drugs. So that's a thing. And one day, Chris Jordan actually had to come up to the bar for this. This lady with a fresh boob job, I'm pretty sure. She comes in and she's feeling herself, and for a beer, I guess she's showing people her boobs and slapping people and stuff. I don't know. The weirdest thing. Okay, lady, it's time for you to go. Well, then all of a sudden she's in the middle of White Settlement Road with her pants down with God and Hallelujah hanging out. And I mean, it's crazy stuff like that. It really does happen. Eventually, this lady started losing it because I think the drugs started kicking in, and then, she had somebody did provide her a shot, She provided a service, they provided a shot, But I'm just kidding. But
she's not kidding.
You're not kidding. Yeah.
I mean, it ended up, this lady started losing it. Chris Jordan had her in her hands behind her back in a headlock for the police to get there. I mean, it's crazy stuff like that. That sticks with us. It is a crazy memory. Now we just look back and laugh at it. Like, Wow.
But let me tell you why I had her. Remember, she was hitting patrons.
Yeah.
Oh, she
So
ended
that's
up
why I
hitting
had to
patrons.
restrain her.
Okay.
Yeah,
She was bleeding. I do remember
she
that.
hit 2 people in.
And it took a while for the cops to
Oh, it
get
was a
there. I
long
remember
time.
you had to hold her for a
Perkins-
while.
Perkins was videoing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
so-
right. Okay. That's how I knew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've had some crazy stuff. Do you remember when SWAT was all the way up and down the street
Oh,
because
Blocked off the
it was
entire
actually somebody that came into the bar.
capital murder.
Oh, good old Marco.
Somebody
I
that
can tell
came
that
into the
story.
bar. Yeah,
Oh, that's
threatened
right.
somebody.
The capital murder guy. Remember that guy?
I guess he slapped her with a belt and then she
So
pulled
what
out
happened?
a knife.
So Marco came in. He said, "Let me tell you the story." I said, "Okay, Marco, I want to hear your story," because he always, it's his side or no side. So he's like, "Man, I hooked up with this hot girl." By the way, the hot girl was the new titty girl, like who I just talked about.
Yeah.
Hooked up with this hot girl. Then the next day rolls around, so I decide to go in her kitchen and start cooking something. Or no, she goes down to the kitchen and starts cooking something. So I come down to the kitchen after her, and then she gets the knife and tries to stab me. And so he's like, "Whoa, what did I do? I don't even know what's going on." So he's like, so I was quick, I took my belt off and I popped her in the head. I said, "Well, excuse me?" I popped her in the head and then I just ran. I was like,
to the bar.
Yeah, straight to the bar.
to the rabbit hole.
what? That didn't happen,
Next
Marco.
thing you know, the whole
The
street
SWAT team shut down.
SWAT vehicles. They have the
She
full
trapped
guard.
herself in.
There were
Yes.
drones. They had the robot dog. They had to do the tear gas or whatever it is they do to get her out of there because she was locking herself in. And
Suicide.
that door is still boarded
No,
up
she's
with a
still
piece
in
of
jail.
wood because they
Say so.
still haven't
Say
fixed
so.
it.
Jeez. That was over a year ago.
Yeah.
And what's funny is
gosh.
by the mid-afternoon, Marco's story was he was basically like Liam Neeson. Not only did he pop her with the belt, he de-knifed her
yeah.
with the belt by putting it around and yanking it, and he was a ninja at that point with the
Dude,
belt.
I love
And
me
if
some
you know
Marco
Marco,
because he
ain't no
keeps
way.
me laughing.
If you know
No,
ain't
not even
no
a little bit.
way.
No,
I
I
like
think
Mr. Bean.
I think that's
He's-
probably like one of the biggest
he's
things about the
interesting.
bar is to hear people's stories too.
Yeah.
Like the stories are just the amount of people we've heard say they're owners of the bar, like overheard them saying it, or
Oh my
just anything. They just
gosh.
come up with anything, and it's like, man, you get really bold when you've been drinking, and the lies are wow.
Absolutely. Speaking on that, don't come into another bar and say that you are an owner of a bar in DFW because us bar industry people, whether we're owners or bartenders or something, we stick together and we're pretty close and we know who owns what.
all know.
So I had working the 7 a.m. shift. I had this guy come in and he was a younger kid, just messed up. I was like, "You can have a water, sit here," because you Ubered in. So have some coffee, have a water. I'm not going to serve you. He's like, "I just got done doing payroll over at the Basic Bar, and I own it." And I said, "Oh, cool. What's your name?" I said, "So you work with Drew, huh?" I was like, "Good for y'all for getting that together." He's like, "Drew," and I was like, "Oh, question mark?" And I said, "Let me give him a call. I'm going to tell him you're here." Because no, it was Basic Bar. He was like. And he was so adamant. He was talking to people next to him and stuff. And it's not like I'm here to like bring you down or talk down on you, but also you are a representative of that bar and you're continuing to tell people that you're an owner of that bar. No, I want to nip that in the butt because you are representing this bar so terribly. He is so messed up. He's looking for drugs. He's asking me, "Do you know somebody who has drugs?" "No, sir." I'm on the phone. "Hey, Drew." He's like, "Hey, what's up, Bailey? Why are you calling me?" And I said, "Oh, your business partner, James, is here." He said, "I don't have a business partner." And I said, "That's crazy." He said that y'all were business partners. I said, "James, you're not an owner of the basement bar." He goes, I said, "Drew, I got him right here."
Yeah.
He was like, and he got himself an Uber and he went on with his way. I just don't, I'm going to back my people and don't say that you're an owner of something when you have nothing to do with it.
Well, remember when you and I were standing behind the bar, the guy comes in and he goes, "Oh man, I just sold McFlies." And I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "That's cool, man. Cool, man. That's awesome." He goes, "Yeah, man, I sold it to the owner of
The Rabbit Hole
the
Pub
Rabbit Hole in Mad Hatter."
Yeah.
And I was like,
Greg. I sold it to Greg.
"What?" And Bailey and I both just look at each
I
other
said,
and
"Do
we're like,
you know a Greg?"
"Wait, what?" And he goes, yeah, the owner of Mad Hatter and this place
Yeah.
bought McFlies. And Bailey and I still are just looking at each other so bewildered. And he's got some Greg or John or
Yeah.
whatever the name was. And I'm like, "Man, I think you may have got hosed a little bit." "What do you mean? What do you mean?" I'm like,
You got bamboozled.
We own the bar here, and I own Mad Hatter with no partners over there.
And we didn't just buy McFly's.
And we did not just buy your bar from you. What?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah,
Real
somebody
life.
just basically bamboozled you and told you that they own these bars to get you to.
Hopefully, it's somebody
Real life.
I
But
don't
talk
know.
about, okay. Thanks. If you
yeah.
if you want to put us on your portfolio, I mean, we are doing great things.
It was
so
pretty
thank you
wild,
for
but-
that.
Yeah, I think we could continue on with our
for
stories.
sure.
I think we're probably close to an hour in on this, but I think that the toilet, the poop stories, all those
Sorry.
stories could go on for another 30 minutes. I've got a lot of them. By the way, I'm not going to go into this, but women are the nastiest bar patrons you can come across. I mean,
Drunk
just
women
absolutely
can do some weird stuff.
filthy.
And the places that people like to have sex is pretty bad too.
Yeah, but women like to leave their dirty underwear.
It is.
It's
Yeah.
something, but yes, sex as well.
For sure.
I've had to replace a sink.
I know.
So
We know
anyway,
him.
yeah,
Yeah, and I mean, I think we were working. Somebody was fingering somebody in front of us one time,
Oh,
and I was
my
like,
Lanta.
God dang, man, we can't do that in here,
Where's that
y'all.
fish
We
smell?"
gotta chill.
We
Okay?
need to put a rating on this podcast.
yeah. One of those
I'm like, and it's not
warnings
even
for
Not
like
sure.
safe for your 6-year-old to watch
They
this
were
one.
like not even like away from. They were in front of the well, and I was like,
Can't do that.
God.
Man, there was a dude giving another dude a handy and Mad Hatter not maybe but 2 months ago.
Absolutely not.
I think it's that like spicy, like I'm gonna get
I'll
caught.
tell you who later.
I want to know.
No, not on the podcast.
Well, no, not right now. You can't
But-
know, but I'm gonna.
Yeah, yeah.
I think what we can say is the stories could go on and on and on.
100%,
So we're gonna
yeah.
think of ones tonight and be mad we
Yeah.
didn't talk about them, but maybe
More
we'll
appropriate
bring one up
ones.
every
Yeah.
episode or so. And
Signed up, no.
Funny
hopefully
stories.
people will comment with their funny stories because I know
Oh,
there's
that'd be
tons
fun.
out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is a good place to wrap it up. We have talked and covered a lot of crazy stuff and obviously been able to express what we're thankful for. And we're also, again, I will repeat it, we're thankful for you guys for watching. We hope you stuck around with us to hear those crazy stories. We have a lot more. If you want to hear more, we'll do another little fun episode because this could go on for another hour, no question.
Sure, yeah.
Just my stories alone. I mean, I've obviously been in the business for almost 2 decades now. And, I have been in the business for 2 decades now. So I have some unbelievable stories, some crazy ones, some dirty ones, some outrageous ones, as we all do. So thanks for listening, guys, and we hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving and happy holidays. We hope that it's filled with love, friendship, family, and blessings, guys. So thanks so much for listening. Till next time. See ya.